and I identify 5 ego patterns. And based on our lifestyle, how we've grown up, most of us fall into one or two of these grooves. So if you're quick to anger, you have the ego pattern of the fighter parent. If you're quick to anxiety, you typically have the ego pattern of the fixer parent. If you're quick to attention seeking, you want to be seen, then you're going to be what I call the feigner parent, who's like the prototypical stage mom or the sports dad or the pageant parent. If you are prone to avoidance of big emotions, you will be what I call the freezer parent. And if you have been abandoned or abandon yourself, you will take over the fleer parent. And of course, we are all a smorgasbord of many of these types, but we default to one or two of them. And the reason why it's interesting to go through these types, and I have subtypes, just to make it easy and clear for parents that, hey, you're not abnormal. You have a pattern. We all have patterns. Can we please gently, with self-compassion, own our pattern and then try to break out of the pattern? And the breaking is not a one and done. It's like a constant practice. But the first step, which is the most essential step, is the profound awareness and the epiphany and the accountability that, hey, I'm stuck in a dysfunctional loop with myself, with my relationships, with my kid. And it's really hurting my kid. It's hurting my connection with my kid.
Well, that loop, taking responsibility for it. I mean, as you said it, I was like already thinking about how excited I was to be a sports dad, which I recognize that also puts this narrow framework that they have to love sports.
Yes. You're setting yourself up, right? So just be aware. Maybe it'll manifest, but just be conscious. I once was on a plane with a father of a 6-month-old who was literally on the lap. And he said, oh, my kid, when we play basketball, and I was like, hello, when are we playing basketball? And he's like, when my kid grows up, oh, we are a basketball family. We all play basketball. So he had already projected that this was going to be his future. So look how now, if that's your future, you're going to manipulate the kid, right, into that. But it may work, right? Maybe your kid will love basketball, but you're setting yourself up for disappointment if the kid is not athletic, not coordinated, doesn't like basketball. Now what? Now you've set up a dynamic where you're disappointed. Then your kid feels responsible for your disappointment. So the best thing to do is not set yourself up, or at least be aware. Oh, like most moms want their kid to be in the tutu and the ballerina and put the pigtails on the girl. We have these prototypical expectations, and all I'm saying is be very aware of them, because you want to wait and see how your kid forms and allow them to have a voice, allow them to connect to who they are, allow them to know who it is they are. And then what if they play basketball and you invest all these weekends and you've taken them on the travel team and you've gone to foreign countries, but then just when they're about to get the sports scholarship for college, they drop it. They're like, I hate basketball. That happened to one of my clients, and she was mortified. She was like, but I've my whole life has been identified as the basketball mom. Now what? Who am I going to be? So just be careful, because your kid is not your puppet. Your kid is not here to meet your need.
Right. And I think about how many people I know whose parents are like, this is what you're going to do, or you're going to take over the family business, or we're a military family, we're a sports family, we're a theater family, whatever it is. And it's interesting because when this little soul is like, actually, no, which I think at least there seems to be more space for that to even be a conversation these days. But that can feel, I would imagine that the child can then feel like they don't belong in their own family, which is not what we want.